Notifications pop in, headlines flashing, feeds scrolling endlessly, just faster and faster, right? We are constantly bombarded. And look, in this incredibly fast-paced digital era we're living in, a lie can literally circle the globe before the truth has even put its boots on. Seriously, to put that into perspective, comprehensive research from MIT actually shows that a false rumor spreads about 6 times faster than the truth on social media. 6 times. It's kind of overwhelming, right? But we're definitely not helpless here.
Hello, and welcome to This Explainer. We're going to learn exactly how to purposefully slow down in a high-speed environment. And we'll do this by adopting the exact same tools that professional journalists use to cut through all that noise. We're going to take a really close look at the modern information landscape, diagnose the specific threats we face every single time we look at our screens, and equip you with the practical strategies you need to navigate it all safely. So here is our roadmap for The Explainer. First, the emotional hijack. Second, the information disorder ecosystem. Third, the 5-step cure. And fourth, claim versus evidence. Let's get right into it. Okay, section 1, the emotional hijack. We absolutely need to reframe how we think about the content we consume online. What you're scrolling through every day, well, it isn't just news or random updates. It's a highly engineered delivery system, and you are the direct target. This content is meticulously designed to trigger your amygdala, that part of your brain responsible for immediate gut emotional responses. It's built to spark outrage, deep fear, or even immense joy, specifically so it can completely bypass your logical brain. That is the emotional hijack. It's a system built to make you react, to make your heart race, and to practically force you to hit share before you've had even a single second to think critically about what you've just seen. Moving right along to section 2, the information disorder ecosystem. To fight this, we have to diagnose the exact disease we're dealing with. So imagine stepping out of that chaotic social media feed and walking into a calm, quiet, professional newsroom. In this space, we're dealing with an ecosystem of 3 distinct threats, and they're beautifully defined by 2 really simple questions. Is the information false, and is there malicious intent to harm? By answering those, we can break things down into 3 pillars: misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. Misinformation is completely false, but it lacks malice. The person sharing it doesn't mean to cause harm. Disinformation, on the other hand, is both false and highly malicious. And finally, malinformation. Now, this one is tricky because it actually isn't false. It's based in reality, but the malice is absolutely there. The truth is being weaponized. Let's put this into the real world so you can easily spot these in the wild. First up, misinformation. This is a genuine mistake. Think of your well-meaning uncle forwarding a bogus election date on WhatsApp because he sincerely thought he was helping you vote. No malice there, just a simple error in judgment. Second, disinformation. Now, this is the weaponized stuff. It's completely fabricated and it's entirely intentional. Think of an orchestrated campaign spreading fake polling locations or manipulated financial charts designed specifically to suppress voter turnout or maybe crash a stock. And finally, malinformation. This is reality manipulated to inflict harm. A perfect example? Leaking private, out-of-context emails or photos of a public figure just to ruin their reputation. The photos are real, for sure, but the context is stripped away entirely to serve a malicious agenda. Which brings us to section 3, the 5-step cure. Now that we know the specific threats we're up against, it's time to go on the offensive. And the absolute best weapon we have against the emotional hijack is friction. In the physical world, friction slows things down, right? Like the brakes on a car. Well, in the digital world, we need to apply those exact same brakes to our brains. Instead of being reactive sharers driven by those engineered emotional triggers, friction forces us to pause. It's that vital split-second breath that allows us to step back and act like professional investigators rather than, pawns in an algorithm. So how do we actually create that friction? By implementing a professional 5-step verification workflow into your daily digital life. Step 1, stop. Catch yourself in that emotional hijack. If your heart is racing or you feel the immediate urge to type an angry comment, do not click share. You put the brakes on. Step 2, check the source. Ask yourself, who is actually behind this claim? Are you looking at a recognized expert or a completely anonymous account created 2 days ago? Step 3, cross-check. This is what fact-checkers call lateral reading. Open a new tab. Are credible independent media organizations reporting this exact same thing, or is it isolated to just one hyper-partisan blog? Step 4, use tools. Deploy some digital forensics. Sometimes a simple reverse image search can reveal that a photo claiming to be from a protest today is actually from a completely different event 5 years ago. And step 5, conclude. You must let the hard evidence build the story, entirely divorced from your initial hunch and certainly divorced from your initial emotions.
And that leads us right into our final section, number 4, claim versus evidence.
This is the very core mechanic of fact-checking. Whenever you see a provocative headline, a viral tweet, or some outrageous meme, you're usually just looking at a claim. But look, a claim is essentially just hot air. It cannot stand on its own. It absolutely must be anchored directly to supporting evidence. It's like a giant hot air balloon, and the evidence represents the ropes tying it safely to the ground. If a claim is just floating out there unanchored, without any solid data, documents, or direct quotes backing it up, yeah, your friction alarm should be going off immediately. But evidence alone isn't the end of the line either. Just as the claim must point to evidence, the evidence must, in turn, point to a highly credible source. It has to be an unbroken chain of trust, claim to evidence to source. For instance, if the claim is that a new health policy is failing, the evidence might be a statistical report. Okay, but who published that report? Was it a renowned medical journal or a lobbying group with a clear financial agenda? Actually, if that chain of trust breaks anywhere along the line, the whole shebang fails the test. You now have the complete blueprint to protect yourself from the information disorder ecosystem. So I want to leave you with this to keep front of mind the very next time you open your feed. When that headline makes your blood boil, are you going to let your emotions be hijacked, or will you stop and ask, does the evidence actually support the claim?